Dear students, welcome to my channel Bhavani Commerce Academy. Today we are discussing budget and budgetary control, full chapter. It is very simple and easy to understand, and this chapter is third chapter in the second unit in CCMA subject. By watching this video, you can easily attempt one problematic question, whatever it may be, from budget and budgetary control. Do not skip, okay? In this budget and budgetary control, we have two methods, that is capacity basis and units basis. Just you have to learn these two methods. You can attempt one 12 marks question in the final examination. So method 1 is capacity basis. Here given capacity basis, that is nothing but first method of budget and budgetary control. So capacity basis, one question here given. Let's see. The following information relates to a flexible budget at 60% capacity. So here given capacity is 60% capacity. Find out the overhead cost at 50% and 70% capacity. And you need to find out 50% capacity and 70% capacity expenses. And also determine the overhead rates. So here we need to find out the overhead rates also. So here given capacity is 60% capacity and you need to find out 50% and 70% capacity. So how to calculate? Let's see. So this is the solution. In the solution, just we need to write flexible budget and overhead rates. So just write down the flexible budget. Under that, particulars column and given capacity column, and we need to find out 50 and 70% capacity. Yes, for that also we need to maintain 50% capacity, 70% capacity columns. So this is given capacity, 60% is the given capacity, and you need to find out 50% and 70% capacity. Okay. So in the question we have variable overheads, semi-variable overheads, fixed overheads. So just write down these as it is up to depreciation. Variable overheads under particulars column, write down variable overheads. Under that, indirect labor, indirect material, semi-variable overheads, repairs and maintenance and electricity, fixed overheads, office expenses, insurance and depreciation. Just as it is, copy these particulars under the particulars column. Okay, after that, here given 60% level expenses. These 60% level expenses also you need to copy under the 60% capacity column. As it is, just copy up to depreciation value, except estimated direct labor hours, because these are the hours, it's not expenditure. Okay. After copying these values, you have to remember one thing while writing these 50% capacity values and 70% capacity values by using 60% level. So what you have to remember? Let's see. Here, if it is variable, amount will change according to capacity. So amount will change according to capacity. If it is fixed, amount will not change according to capacity. So amount will be fixed at any level of capacity if it is fixed. If it is variable, amount will change according to capacity. So 60% level, one amount is there, 50% level, another amount is there. So different levels, we have different amount is there if it is variable. If it is fixed, if 60% level, one amount is there, that will be fixed for all levels. Okay. This you need to remember while preparing flexible budget. So now, these values given in the problem itself. These values we need to find out by using working notes. Without working notes, we cannot do this solution. Okay. So see here, variable overheads. So variable overheads, what is the rule? Amount will change according to capacity. Yes. So then at 60% capacity, what is the indirect labor amount? 10,500. At 50% capacity, how much? Just do the cross multiplication. So first one is indirect labor under variable expenses. At 60% level, what is the variable expenditure? 10,500. At 50% level, we need to find out. So cross multiplication, 10,500 into 50 divided by 60 we need to do. 10,500 into 50 divided by 60. How much? 8,750. Okay. See here, at 50% level, indirect labor 8,750. Yes. Likewise, At 70% level also we need to find out. At 70% level, how to calculate? Here also same, cross multiplication. At 60% level, 10,500. At 70% level, how much? So cross multiplication, 10,500 into 70 divided by 60. 10,500 into 70 divided by 60. 12,250. 12,250. See here, at 70% level, indirect labor cost is 12,250, right? In the same way, find out for indirect material also. ఇండైరెక్ట్ లేబర్ ఎలాగైతే చేసామో ఇండైరెక్ట్ మెటీరియల్కి కూడా ఆ విధంగానే చేసేయాలి. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ టు సెమీ వేరియబుల్ ఓవర్ హెడ్స్. బిఫోర్ డూయింగ్ సెమీ వేరియబుల్ ఓవర్ హెడ్స్, లెట్స్ సి ఫిక్స్డ్ ఓవర్ హెడ్స్. ఓకే, అండర్ ఫిక్స్డ్ ఓవర్ హెడ్స్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద రూల్? Fixed amount will not change according to capacity. So if capacity changes, amount will not change. See, at 60% level, what is the fixed overhead? Office expenses 70,000, insurance 4,000, depreciation 20,000. Okay, under 60% capacity, these are the values. Under 50% capacity and 70% capacity also same values we wrote. Okay, because fixed overheads will not change according to capacity. Capacity change అయినా కానీ amount అనేది change అవ్వదు. That is the rule of fixed expenses. Coming to semi-variable overheads, repairs and maintenance and electricity given. What is semi-variable overheads actually? It's a combination of variable and fixed. Some amount is fixed, some amount is variable. So fixed means amount will not change according to capacity. Variable means it will change according to capacity. So both the values are included in semi-variable overheads. So how to do this? Here we need to maintain working notes. Very important. Working notes is very important for the semi-variable overheads. So here semi-variable overheads, repairs and maintenance, 70% fixed, 30% variable. So here given amount is 7,000. At 60% level, we have 7,000 value given. Semi-variable overheads, repairs and maintenance amounted to 7,000. It is given in the problem itself at 60% capacity. Yes. Out of this, 70%, that is nothing but 4,900. How you will get this? 7,000 into 70%. 7,000 into 70%. You will get 4,900. Okay. Then that 70% is fixed and 30%, that is nothing but 2,100. How you will get this? 7,000 into 30%. You will get 2,100. Okay, this is variable. So 4,900 is fixed, 2,100 is variable. Clear? At 60% level. But we required 50% and 70% level semi-variable overheads. See, 4,900 will remain the same at all capacity because 4,900 is the fixed. Okay, while variable part will vary according to capacity. So variable part is nothing but 2,100 is the variable part. This will be changed according to capacity. So at 60% level, variable cost is 2,100. At 50% level, we need to find out. So that do the cross multiplication. At 60%, 2,100 is there. At 50%, how much? Do cross multiplication. 2,100 into 50 divided by 60. So what is the value here? 1750. Doing the calci, you'll get 1750. What is this 1750? Variable cost at 50% level. Okay. So variable cost at 50% level, how much? 1750. Fixed cost, how much? Fixed cost is, it will not change according to capacity. Yes. So what is the value? 4900. 4900. Take the total. 6650 is the total. That is the semi-variable expenditure at 50% capacity. Semi-variable at 50% capacity. See here, semi-variable overheads at 50% level 6650 for the repairs and maintenance. In the same way, calculate for 70% capacity also. Variable cost at 70% capacity we are calculating here. So already we know at 60% what is the variable expenditure? 2100. Then we need to find out 70% level. So cross multiplication, 2100 into 70 divided by 60. What is the value here? 2100 into 70 divided by 60. 2450. 2450 is the variable expenditure at 70% level. What is the fixed expenditure? It will not change according to capacity. So what is the fixed expenditure? 4900. So what is the total? 7350. What is this? Semi-variable expenditure at 70% level. Okay. So see here, semi-variable overheads at 70% level 7350, right? In the same way, find out for electricity. In the repairs and maintenance, we have 70% fixed, 30% variable. Yes. In the electricity, 50% fixed, 50% variable. So, for this also, we need to do the working notes. Let's see. So, what is the value of electricity? 25,200 at 60% level. See here, at 60% level, 25,200. And electricity 50% fixed, 50% variable. Okay. So out of 25,200, 50% part is fixed, 50% part is variable. So what is the 50% part? 12,600. How you will get this? 25,600 into 50%. We'll get 12,600. That value is fixed. In the same way, 50% variable. So it is also same, 25,600 into 50%. You will get 12,600. Okay. So 12,600 fixed will be same at all capacities. If it is 50%, 60% or 70%, this will be same. But variable will change according to the capacity. At 60% level, variable cost is 12,600. At 60% level, what is the variable cost? 12,600. So we need to find out for 50% as well as 70%. Yes. So variable cost at 50% level, we need to find out. So by using 60% level, what is the 60% level variable cost? 12,600. What about 50%? Cross multiplication, 12,600 into 50 divided by 60. You will get 10,500. Okay. Then fixed cost at 50% level. If any capacity, fixed cost will not change. Yes. At 60% level, our fixed cost is 12,600. If it is 50% level, in the 50% level also, the amount will be 12,600 only, because fixed will not change if capacity changes. So 12,600. Take the total, we'll get 23,100. The total should be called as semi-variable at 50% level. In the same way, find out for 70% level also. See, variable cost at 70% level. For this, you require 60% level variable cost. At 60% level, 12,600. At 70% level, how much? Do cross multiplication. 12,600 into 70 divided by 60. So, do in the calci. 12,600 into 70 divided by 60. 14,700. 14,700. This is the variable cost at 70% level, and fixed cost at 70% level will be same as 50 and 60%. What is the value? 12,600, because if level changes, fixed cost will not change. So what is the total of this? 27,200. So what is this 27,200? Semi-variable at 70% level. Okay. See, once check that. Semi-variable overheads, electricity at 50% level, 23,100. Yes. At 70% level, 27,300. Okay. After writing variable overheads, semi-variable overheads and fixed overheads, do totals of 50%, 60% and 70% level. After taking totals, write down estimated labor hours, estimated direct labor hours at 60% level, 1,20,000. It is given in the problem itself, 1,20,000 hours, but not given for 50% and 70% capacity. So how you will get this 1 lakh and 1,40,000? By doing working notes. So with the help of 60% level. See, estimated labor hours at 60% level, 1,20,000 hours. 50% we don't know. Do cross multiplication. Okay. So 1,20,000 into 50 divided by 60, you'll get 1 lakh hours at 50% level. In the same way, find out for 70% level. So if 60% level, 1,20,000 hours, what about 70%? Instead of 50, change 70. So do cross multiplication. 1,20,000 into 70 divided by 60. So how much you will get? 1,40,000 hours. Okay. So after writing these hours, calculate overhead rate, because in our question determine the overhead rates also. So how to calculate overhead rates? Total overheads divided by estimated direct labor hours. So this total is divided by with this number of hours. So 1,39,500 divided by 1 lakh, you will get 1.395. In the same way, find out for 60% and 70% capacity. 1,45,100 divided by 1,20,000. 1,50,700 divided by 1,40,000. Okay. So this is the flexible budget by using capacities. And second method is units basis flexible budget. We'll see you in the next video. If you like my videos, share to your friends and subscribe my channel. If you want any accounting subjects explanation, just comment below. Keep watching. Thank you.